Hey guys, it's Patch. A while ago I did a video on a cook kit. It was one of my first videos I did that I'd set up. Previously I've been using kind of old large pots and jet bowls and things, and I wanted a contained cook kit that I could use for basically anything, like wet food cooking or boiling the bag or whatever. This is before I had decided to go like as lightweight as I could. With my gear, so it wasn't actually that lightweight. I think the pot was about 215 grams or something like that, or I don't know what that is in ounces, but it's nearly half a pound, I suppose. But throughout lockdown I did a bunch of research and decided that I did want to get my gear down to as light as I reasonably could for a relatively low cost. So I've set up a new kind of cook kit. It's relatively generic. If you've done any kind of research into lightweight cook kits before, it uses a lot of the same items as they do, but I suppose it just proves it's tried and tested. So just take this as another review that it works, and this is what I'll be using for the foreseeable future. So I'll grab the bits and let you know the weights and everything. I'll do my best with the American conversions, and yeah. Okay, so this is my cook kit. I'll take each bit and then put it together at the end. I'll start with the pot. This is a Toaks titanium 550ml pot. It weighs 71 grams, and that's including the lid. So if you want to just take the pot, obviously it would be less. I'm not sure how much. It's got markings on the inside. I don't know if you can see that, if it's focusing. But it's got mils and ounces, so you know how much water to put in. It's got standard double handle to hold, so you can use it like a mug. The lid has a kind of grab handle there that you can lock off, so it doesn't fall down. And it's also got some drainage holes, so you can strain pasta or whatever if you're cooking, if you're doing analog cooking as opposed to digital, all in the bag stuff. So yeah, that's obviously the most expensive part of the kit. I think that Toaks is quite an expensive brand, but it's also quite popular, which is why I kind of just took the plunge and just got it. I think it was about £26–27, something like that. But my thinking was, it's not like a 10 that can rip or you can snap poles or whatever and you spend 500–600 quid on it if it's a really good one. This is, I think, about just under double the price of my last pot that was a stainless steel one, and I'm saving 2/3 of the weight. Yeah, so my last pot was 215 grams, this is 71, so I think that's worth the extra money. The stove that I use is the same one that was in that my last video, and it is the BRS 3000 stove. Really popular, really cheap stove, just off Amazon. I think it was about £15, and it weighs 25 grams or 0.9 ounces. So the ounces of the pot were 2.5 ounces. 71 grams, 2.5 ounces. Yeah, so just under an ounce for this stove. It hasn't let me down. People say that these arms break off or whatever, but I haven't experienced that yet. And if I did, it's not like I've paid 50 or 50 quid for a Soto Windmaster or something. It's only 15 quid and I can just replace it reasonably easily. And it's obviously quite compact as well, folds down nicely. The lighter that I use, I think it's the same as the last video, Bic Mini. I think it's exactly the same lighter actually. These last forever. This weighs about 12 grams or 0.4 ounces, and yeah, no dramas. If the gas run out, then you've still got a spark that would light the gas that I'm using. The spoon, I don't go for a spork, I'm a spoon guy, and it's a titanium long-handled spoon. This one is from a company called Boundless Voyage. but I've got ones from Life Venture as well. I think this was about £7.50 and it weighs 20 grams, which is, I think, is about 0.7, I think it's about 0.6, 0.7 ounces, something like that. I always try and get the spoons with the like polished bowl bit. The ones from Sea to Summit, I think it's Sea to Summit, like this matte material, and it just feels all wrong when you're eating. So I try and get ones that have the polished bowl, and obviously it's long handled. So if you're eating out of a bag, which I often do, it can get right down to the bottom, and you don't get all the rat's fingers when you're eating. So that's good. And then to contain it all, I have this kind of X elastic band. So instead of using a stuff sack like I did in my last cook kit video, this just goes around it all, and it weighs like nothing, like a couple of grams. So that's really good. Yep. One of my favourite things about the pot in my first cook video was that it fit a 300-gram gas canister like perfectly, but I've actually figured out that I don't need that much. Even if I'm going all weekend, a 100-gram gas canister works fine, and that fits nice and snug in this pot, along with the lighter and the stove. So I shove those all in, put the lid on, and then over the top, saving a bit of weight, not using a stuff sack, and just put this little X elastic band thing. It's just I can't remember where I got this actually. I think it was just from I think I found it in a desk or something at work. Yeah, that keeps everything kind of contained. So I have that in my food bag, along with obviously the spoon separately, and that whole kit weighs 128 grams or 4.5 ounces. So less than 5 ounces easily for a whole cook kit. It's pretty reasonable. Some people have like a bandana or some kind of cloth with their cook kit, but I've never really done that. If I needed a cloth, I could just use my snood or something. And so whenever I need to wash up the pot out, I just put a bit of water in, heat it up using the stove, and then kind of rinse it out with my hand and then wash my hands. And that's always worked for me. I'm not sure. Yeah, I've never really been in the situation where I've needed a kind of bandana or whatever to wipe it out, because then the bit of cloth or whatever you're using just gets a bit disgusting with all food around it. But yeah, I don't know. If you've got any tips or anything, or I've missed anything that you would include, or you've used this cook set and you've noticed something particular about it, then please just comment below. Please give me a like and subscribe, and wait out for the next video. Thank you.